Hi guys, welcome to day 4 of solving NeetCode150 questions with me. Um, Thank you for making it till here. I know it's kind of difficult to solve every day. So we are on our 7th question called valid Sudoku. We have to determine if a 9x9 Sudoku board is valid. Only the filled cells need to be validated according to these rules. Each row must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. Each column must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. Each of the 9 3x3 sub boxes must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. We have to note that this is partially filled and not necessarily solvable. We don't have to think about that. And only the filled cells need to be validated. Okay. Here is an example of this board, and this is the input, our board, and the return is true because we can see that none of the values are getting repeated. Next, they have changed this 5 to 8. So as we can see that if this will be 8 and here is an 8, so the column the value is getting repeated. So it's not a valid Sudoku and it will return a false. For this, we can think about three main things: rows, columns, and the boxes. Now, we need to have a set in which these numbers can be stored, and we will be using set because it is very helpful for identifying the values uniquely. And that is why we will have a list of sets for each row, column, and boxes. So let's start by creating rows, columns, and boxes of, it's an empty list with 9 empty sets. Set for range, for in range 9. And same will be for columns and boxes. Here we are having the range 9 because we want 0 to 8. Basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0 to 8 values, right? Okay. So one set will be for one row, another set will be for another row. So that's why we'll have 9 sets in. We'll have a list of 9 sets for rows, columns, and boxes. Okay. Now we need to iterate the values. Okay, we don't want repetition. So what we will do is we will have, as we know that it's row column, so we need 2 loops to access the numbers. For R in range 9, for C in range 9, we have a board, okay, of row and C column. We don't want to write this every time, so we'll just store the value in val variable. Now we will check that if that val is equal to dot. So if it is a dot, we will continue the loop and move on to the next column and check whether it's a dot again or is there a number. So if there will be a number, we will store it, and if not, we will move to the next. Okay, that is why the continue function is used here. Now we will check for rows. So if val in rows are, now if that value is already present in row R, so we will return false. Okay. And if not, then we will add that value in the row. So rows I dot add val. Have it. Okay. Now for the column, in a similar manner, we will check that if that val is there in the calls C, we will return false. If not, we will just we will just add the value to calls. So calls C dot add that. Okay, so we have checked for rows, we have checked for columns. Now we need to check for the boxes. In boxes, to check that which box index we are in, there will be a formula used here. So we can see that there are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 box indexes, and each box index is needs to be calculated, right? For that, we will have a formula. Just box index equal R floor division 3 multiplied by 3 plus C floor division 3. So this formula is needed to calculate the indexes of each subgroup, and now we will check that if val in boxes of box ID box index, we will return false, else boxes box add the value to it. So in this, what's actually happening is that first we get the index number of each value. Suppose we are on 8th, let's say 7 7. Okay, suppose we have 7th row, 7th column. So we will calculate this using the formula, this one. So 7 floor division 3 star 3 plus 7 floor division 3, and that will be 2 star 2 plus 2 star 3, sorry. So that will give us 8. So from here we can see that 7th column and 7th row gives us the 8th subgroup of our Sudoku. And after getting here, we will check that if in that 8th subgroup, if value is present, so we will return false if we have the value. If not, we will simply add that value in that set. Okay, box index is basically accessing the sets of boxes, and once we access that set, we will check whether the numbers stored in that set is having that value or not. So using this logic, we will solve the question. And finally, if all of this passes, we will return true, and our Sudoku will be valid. So let's try running this. Okay. So I'm not discussing about a lot of things in my questions, I know, but because I don't want to put in everything in one video and show you. Instead, I'm gonna make separate videos on algorithms and even time complexities to clarify things to you further. Hope you get my solution, and I'll be uploading it on GitHub, as well as I've started uploading on LeetCode. Sorry, I've started uploading it on LeetCode as well. So you can check out the links below and feel free to ping me. Yeah, thank you.